Hey there. Today I'm going to show you how many backlinks you need to build to rank your law firm as top search results on Google. The first thing is how to know how many links you really need. And the second thing is how profitable it potentially can be. So how much it would cost you to get to number one, how much it would cost, the ballpark number, and how much you stand to make from ranking number one. So two main things. So the first thing is how to know how many links you need to build. And you really need a tool like Ahrefs, which is a tool I'm showing you right here, or SEMrush is an alternative tool that's also good. So those two tools are something you really need. Otherwise, there's just no real cheap way, or there's no real free way to know. Because if you're doing this kind of research, this is competitive analysis, and you need tools to do the competitive analysis to figure out, like, to reverse engineer who's currently number one and how many links they have. So let's take the example of New York City, which is one of the most competitive cities in the United States for divorce law keywords. So it is the keyword divorce lawyer New York City. And as you can see from Ahrefs, the monthly search volume for this exact phrase is 1,800. So this means that 1.8 thousand people every month are typing in this exact search phrase to Google, AI, and other search engines. And by the way, the number is way bigger because it's just this way of phrasing it. You could also say divorce lawyer New York City, and you spell out New York City. Or a lot of people are searching for divorce lawyer near me. If they are in New York City, they are going to find the same results, because Google will know that they are in New York City and will give them the same results. Ideally, or realistically, there are over 10,000 people searching for these kinds of keywords or relevant keywords every month. Now, how to know how many backlinks you need to build to be able to rank number one? The first thing here is, you can see this number here. The keyword difficulty is hard, and this means the average number of referring domains the top rankers currently have. Ahrefs estimates that you need on average 81 referring domains to rank in the top 10. So if we take the one backlink costs around $300 to $400. That means you need to invest 81 times 300 if we're conservative. So we can just do a quick calculation here. So 81 times 300. So you need to invest $24,000 according to Ahrefs to rank number one, or not even number one, just rank in the top 10, as you can see here. This might seem like a lot, but if you think about it, if you were to rank number one, look at Ahrefs also here at the bottom here gives us the estimations of how much traffic the top rankers are getting from ranking number one for these keywords. So New York City Bar, for example, like they aren't an actual law firm, but it says that like they're getting around 1,200 visitors every month to their page. And the second actual result, uncontesteddivorce.com, they are an actual law firm in New York City. They are getting around 600 visits to their page every month. And the third result here, familylawyer.1800newyorklaw.com, they're getting K. This one here, 1.6K. This also depends because they aren't just ranking for this keyword, they're also ranking for many other keywords, and they're also ranking for their own brand searches as well. But if you just take this number here, and if you think about this here as well, so if you remember, $24,000 was what it cost to rank in the top 10 in terms of how many backlinks you need to build. Now traffic potential, the average traffic that the top 10 rankers are getting is around 1.2 thousand. And now if you try to reverse engineer how much it would cost you to get the same amount of traffic through Google search ads, so through paying for ads. So if you want to show up for a divorce lawyer in New York City, you can go to Google Keyword Planner on Google Ads. You can just add divorce lawyer New York City to look for how many monthly searches there are. Of course, sometimes this is way off. Like the Austin number here is way off. But like divorce lawyer New York City, it estimates that the average monthly search is around 2,900. And at the right-hand side here, you're going to see what's the average, what's the top of page speed, and what's the top of page speed in the higher range and the lower range. And you can take the average. So the average here is around 20 euros, which is about $25. And now if you do the math here, so if you wanted to get the 1,200 visitors every month that the top 10 rankers are currently getting on average, if you wanted to get the same amount of visitors through paid ads, you would have to pay on average $25, which is around $30,000 per month you would have to pay to get this amount of visitors to your site through paid ads. So what this tells me is that the investment that you have to put into backlinks is the same that you would be earning in revenue in 1 month. So the payback period is 1 month, which means that it's still super high ROI to do the backlink building. Of course, backlinks isn't the only determining factor who ranks number one. There are many other factors. Backlinks is usually the number one, or the biggest ranking factor when it comes to organic results. The biggest ranking factor that you can actually do something about. So if you look at the top rankers here, yes, they need to have a proper on page. They need to have the pages built out, proper pages built out. They need to have those pages optimized. They need to have a certain amount of words on those pages. Like you can see here, number of words, like the top ranker here has almost 3,000 words. Second result, 1,500, 3,000 again for the third result, and so on. So you need, and one guy here has like over 7,000 words here on their homepage. Yeah, but like still it shows that the ROI is definitely there. And also consider that the paid ads numbers here, like these are just like, I'm comparing the ROI to how much you would have to pay to show up as number one or to get the same amount of clicks from paid ads. And people that are doing paid ads, like these numbers here, these are based on auctions. People wouldn't be paying this much if they wouldn't be making it back. And they don't want to make back the same amount that they're spending. They also want to have an ROI on their paid ads investment as well. Paid ads usually, like their return on ad spend is usually 3 to 10x. So people that are paying this much for paid ads, they are also getting a return on investment. So the actual return on investment is usually even better. So my point is that if you know what you're doing with link building, this can be a lucrative high ROI SEO activity for your law practice. Because it doesn't usually take as many links as you think to rank number one, to be the number one result. And the ROI is definitely there. Even if you compare it to paid ads, but also if you consider it, like if you to get 1,200 visitors every month to your site, and if we look up like what's the average conversion rate for a law practice. So here I just Googled what's the average conversion rate for a law firm from their website. And it says that 2 to 5% of visitors becoming leads. So let's just take a number here that like, let's say you got 1,200 visitors and just 2% of them convert into clients, which is 24 clients. And the average customer lifetime value, if you see my other videos, according to my research, the average customer lifetime value for a family law firm is around $10,000. So this is $240,000 in case value or in client lifetime value generated from getting those 1,200 visitors to your main service landing page. And these are bottom of the funnel searches. These are people actually actively interested in finding a divorce lawyer. They're not just searching for some information online. They're searching for an actual firm to help them with their divorce case. But this can be highly lucrative. This just shows how lucrative it can be to rank number one. And even with paid ads, like even if you just were to invest into paid ads, based on what we saw from the Google keyword planner here, you would have to invest $30,000, but you could get like 8 of that through paid ads. And it's even more profitable with SEO. Just SEO takes some more time. It usually takes months to get the results, but when you have the results, it's like compound investment. Then you're going to enjoy the amount of traffic month after month without having to pay for it. And this was just the example for a divorce lawyer in New York City. And right now, bear in mind, I'm only talking about links. There are also other SEO factors, but links, again, are usually one of the most effective and the most powerful and the biggest needle movers when it comes to SEO and when it comes to organic rankings here. There are also other factors that determine local backrankings, which we're going to discuss in other videos. In terms of links, in terms of link caps, you don't usually need as many. And also, if you look at these numbers here, these are just like ballpark numbers. What actually matters is like the Ahrefs just gives you like the average referring domains, but usually in most cases, most of the links that the top rankers here have are rubbish. So if you actually open up, like something we do for our clients is we actually go through the links to see which of these links are actually high quality. Because if we are building links for our clients, we're building high quality links. So we only want to look at high quality links. And Ahrefs doesn't do that. They just look at all links. So what we're doing is we're adding some filters. We only want to look at 2 follow links. These are the only links that matter or Google takes into account. So we're looking for 2 follow links with a domain ratings of at least 20 so that these domains are actually authoritative in the eyes of Google. And we're looking for links from websites that have at least 100 visitors every month. So Google likes those sites. And we're only looking at the one link per domain. And as you can see here, the top ranking site here only has two groups of links. So 2 high quality links. So yeah, this is abnormal to see, but yeah, we can look at another one here. And my point here is that in most cases, you really don't need that many links. This of course depends on the competition and on other factors as well. But yeah, like these guys here, they have subdomains as well. Let's see, 14 groups of quality links. Not that many. So the link cap usually isn't that big. And if you look at Austin Divorce Lawyer here, 1,500 searches a month, 33 referring domains. So 33 referring domains, that's like at $300 per average link. That's like 10,000 in backlink value. But now if you look at how many backlinks the actual domains have, how many quality backlinks. So we want to look at 2 follow only, TR again, at least 20, domain traffic from 100, see results. And we only look at 1 link per domain. So this particular URL has 10 high quality links. Of course, some of them are super high quality, but still it's not that many links that you need to build to beat the link cap or to beat them in terms of links. And examples I show you are for some of the highest competition keywords like Austin Divorce Lawyer and New York City Divorce Lawyer. There are also other keywords that I've spoken about before, which are called long tail keywords that are much easier to rank, where you don't need tens of thousands of investment into backlinks. So if you look at like Austin Military Divorce Lawyer, for example, this is a longer tail keyword, but it still has 250 people searching for it every month. And the difficulty is only 13 compared to 50. And here, if you look at the current top rankers, the top ranker here, evansfamilylawgroup.com, they have a dedicated page, so you also need a dedicated page to rank for it. That's the first thing, with a decent amount of words. But they only have 4 backlinks from 2 different sites. So it's $600 worth of links to rank number 1, and they're getting 120 visitors every month. So again, like with a conversion rate of 2%, that's 2 clients every month. And if a client value is like 10K, that's $20,000 in client value every month, just from having this site up and $600 worth of backlinks to it. So yeah, it's like if you do the research, you can find some really low hanging fruit opportunities. And we always recommend to start from the lowest hanging fruit opportunities. So from the longer tail keywords, put up those pages if you don't have them already. This is what we also do for our clients. We figure out the long tail keywords that are the easiest to rank for. Then we build pages to rank for those keywords. And then we build the required amount of backlinks and no more, because we don't want to do more than what's needed. It would be a waste of resources. So we see here that they only have 2 referring domains. So we also build 2 or 3 to beat them. And then we move on to the next one. So we try to get them to number 1 with this particular search phrase, and then we move on to the next search phrase. Another example here is high net worth divorce lawyer in New York City. I've spoken about this example before. This is also a long tail keyword, but this is also highly lucrative because the high net worth divorce cases are super lucrative for family law firms because the case values are just so much higher. And this shows a keyword difficulty of a 0. Yes, the search volume is low, but think about it, like how much it would worth to get these kinds of cases for your firm. So we see here that the top ranker has no backlinks at all. So you see here, high net worth divorce. You do need to have a dedicated page for that, but they have no backlinks built to it, and they're still getting traffic to it. So again, this is a low-hanging fruit opportunity. If you were to also create a page and then build even 1 backlink or 2 backlinks to just beat top rankers, the current top rankers in terms of backlinks, you have good odds of beating them for these particular keywords and start getting the traffic to your own website, to your own business. And this particular keyword doesn't even have a local back here, so you don't need to compete in the local back. Doesn't matter how many reviews you have. So yeah, it's definitely a good strategy to go after longer tail keywords that are easier to rank. Once you rank for these, you start to get the snowball rolling. You start to get some cases coming in that you can then reinvest the profits from to start going after harder to rank keywords like general divorce lawyer in New York City or family lawyer in New York City keywords that need a bigger investment. So my point today is that you don't usually need as many backlinks as you think you need. Backlinks are usually the biggest needle mover when it comes to who ranks number 1 for a particular keyword. You don't need as many, and even if you do need quite a lot, it's still usually high ROI. And you don't need to, if you see that you need $10,000 worth of backlinks, you don't need to just in 1 month build out $10,000 worth of links. You can just start from the lower hanging fruit keywords, from the longer tail keywords when you only need a few. You build links there that it actually works. You do it to 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. You prove the concept for yourself, and then you have more profits to reinvest into going after harder to rank for keywords. And you also have more belief in that backlink can actually help you. They don't always help because sometimes there are other factors, like maybe the other brand is much better known. They have been around the block for longer and so on. There are other factors at play as well. But usually you can do a lot of damage. You can increase your traffic significantly by just building high quality backlinks to the right pages. So I hope this video was helpful. If you need any help from me or my team with anything I covered here, or if you just want a free video audit or what are the low-hanging fruit opportunities for your law firm website, just click the first link in the description, fill out the 3 questions, and we will shoot a quick 5 to 10 minute Bloom video going over your opportunities for your specific law firm. And then if you want, we can help you. If not, you can just take the information and take action, implement the recommendations by yourself. Anyway, I hope this was valuable. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.